First part of this, of loading this brass, is we're going to have to lube it. Just going to use some simple Hornady one-shot case lube. And we're going to spray it and shake it down. See, as I'm spraying into the case mount, that's usually enough. Depending on the brass, to sufficiently lube all cases. Just shaking it around, shaking it. See the brass shaking up. And honestly, between me and you guys, I already sprayed this brass down. You know, a little bit. Just spraying it so you guys can get the gist of it. Shake it. Usually enough to give it a good shake. And we'll move off to sizing the brass. Alright guys, ladies and gentlemen, so in this second stage, or well, second part of the process, we are going to be sizing the brass. So we're just going to stick our 8x56 Hungarian piece of brass into the shell holder. Just that easy. So in this part, we're going to be priming the brass. So I'm using a simple RCBS hand priming tool with priming strips. These are Winchester large rifle primers. So we're going to just stick it in here, just like that. I'm going to prime up 10 pieces of brass so you guys can get a good handle on it. So with this brass, you gotta kind of finagle it in here. It's got such a weird rim. There we go. Give it a good squeeze, just like that. So just like this. Out of all the brass that I do, this is the hardest one. But once you get the brass in there, it usually stays. Oh, I just freaking chucked that piece of brass. Finagling it in there. There we go. So, in this stage, we're going to be applying our powder charge. We're going to be putting 44.2 grains of IMR 4895. So, let us go ahead and apply our powder charge. If you've noticed, I have a new powder pan / funnel. It's going to make putting our powder charge a hell of a lot easier. So let's apply our powder charge to our ammo. So we're going to be putting our powder charge in here. I'm probably only going to do a few of these, but I think you guys will be able to get the gist of it. So we got our case here, our powder pan with the funnel. Just that easy. Stick our pan back on there.
young men in that period, as soon as he was old enough, he wanted to get out of Dodge, and he joined the Marine Corps.
And what happens? It turns into chaos for him. His fellow Marines don't like him. They throw him into the shower. They call him Osvaldo-Mitch once they start to hear that he likes the Russians. And instead of life in the Marine, within a short amount of time, into the Marine Corps from his dance.
So we're going to take another case, our powder pan, just like that.
The effects to the Soviet Union pre-Gorbachev, even today, gets over there, wants to become a Soviet citizen.
There's a guy who protected the Soviet Union, and he gets a Russian life.
I was not aware that Oswald was in the Soviet Union.
You don't really go to Russia for vacation.
The number of Americans who weren't aware that when he turned 20, Oswald defected to the Soviet Union. 76%.
This will be the last one that I show you, then we're going to move on to the next stage. Empty. Now let's move on to putting our bullets on there. So in this stage, we are going to be seating the bullet. So for this task, I have a Hornady seating die with a seating depth gauge dial thingamajig. Helps to really easily dial in, you know, bullet depth instead of trying to figure it out with the other dies. I mean, lead dies work just fine the way they are, but this makes it easier. So we're going to just sit it up here, and it's in. So now we're going to grab our case. We're going to grab us a bullet. Just going to ride that up in there, just like that, and it's seated.
Yet no evidence has ever linked Oswald to the CIA. With one possible exception. 3 months before the assassination, Oswald briefly meets with members of a Cuban exile group known as the
Oh, dropping bullets and crap. Now, just in case I probably didn't mention earlier, these are 150 grain soft point bullets. So this is not something you're going to commonly find at a place like, say, Graff & Sons or something. I got these from Buffalo Arms. We'll talk more about it when I get to the end of the video. So this is our 10th one, so we're going to move to the last part of the operation. So in this stage, the last stage, we're going to be crimping our brass with this Lee. It's like a non-catalog crimp die. So you won't be able to, it's not one of their standard crimp dies. They may or may not have any more in stock, I don't know. But I actually bought this based off a tip from another YouTuber on Gun Nut 357's 8x56 reloading video. So that was pretty good information that YouTuber put out. I took advantage of it. So I'm just going to put our crimp die in here, and we're going to start crimping. I'm actually going to change view so you guys can get a better look. So okay, switch views, and now we're gonna crimp some more brass. See if you guys can get a pretty good look at this. Just applying that crimp. Oops. Oh. So we're going to finish up crimping the remainder of our brass. Switch back to our other view. So you guys saw that top view of how the lead crimp die works. Now we just have to finish crimping the remainder of our brass. Apply a nice crimp to it. You have to apply a good crimp, otherwise your bullet will fall back down into the case. I think you guys pretty much got the gist of crimping the brass. Like I was saying before, you have to apply a decent crimp to this brass, otherwise your bullet will fall back down into the case and you'll spill powder all over your action. So we're going to move to the review stage. So here's our finished product. Some 150 grain soft point 8x56 Hungarian ammunition. Now there is one thing that I did notice. I used a Lee sizing die this time. I have two different die sets for 8x56, and this one I used the Lee sizing die, and this round, which is a 208 grain full metal jacket that I loaded up some time ago, I used the Hornady sizing die. There is a difference between the shoulders. I don't know if you guys can notice it, but the shoulder on the round size by the Lee die set, it's much more smoother. Like you can see the neck starts here as opposed to on the one size by Hornady. It goes up. I don't know. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can easily see it. I don't know what difference that is going to make with shooting it. Who knows? I once read that that the Austrian M95 and the Hungarian M95 chambers were cut slightly different. I don't know how true that is. And so each die set was cut to the specific chamber of either the Hungarian or Austrian. We'll see. If it presents a problem, you know, I'll just size accordingly. Let's see if you may be able to see it now. But like I said, it's a learning curve, you know, when working with this ammunition. Apparently this ammunition, the shoulder, has nothing to do with chambering around. Actually, chambers on the rim. So, who knows? Just want to show you a finished product. Next time I go to the range, I'm definitely bringing this rifle.